everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Ofelia Fuentes, and today I'm going to be reviewing a new foundation that I actually have been wanting to try ever since I got the email that Makeup Forever was coming out, launching a new foundation. So this is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin, and as you can see, I have not opened it yet. I actually went yesterday to the mall with my husband and we picked this up at Sephora. And first of all, let's see, I don't know, so many years ago, I used to be obsessed with the original formula of the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin, and I wore it for so long because I just loved how it made my skin look like completely flawless. And I am combination to oily skin, so this is exactly what I would need. So I have been using the NARS, the Natural Radiant Longwear, and I have been loving it, but I do notice sometimes that my skin can get very oily, and although I don't want to be fully matte all the time, I kind of want to try the Makeup Forever just to see the way I do my foundation routine, if this will work good for me. So yeah, so why don't we just talk a little bit about this foundation, and then we'll move right into me putting it on, testing it on, and see how it wears throughout the day, and I'll let you guys know. So this foundation, it is medium to full coverage, and it's suitable for combination to oily skin. It adapts to the movement of your skin, so that sounds good for anyone to have like those little expression lines. And it's very comfortable to wear. It is buildable and very easy to blend, leaving your complexion looking velvety without a mask effect. It's waterproof and long-lasting, flawless finish, and is enriched with cinnamon and ginger to be respectful of your skin, which I love cinnamon and I love ginger, so you guys already have me sold. And it does come in very many different shades, 40 shades range to be exact, so I think that is awesome. So I think anyone can pick this up, which I know the original formula had a lot of shades too, but not as many as they do now. Correct me if I'm wrong. And yeah, so let's get started. So I honestly have already moisturized, well toned, moisturized, and prepped my face for this review of my first impression of this foundation. I put something on your face that is very hydrating, especially even though you're oily. If you're going to wear something that's very matte, you still want your skin to look flawless and hydrated, if that makes any sense. So I do like to wear very hydrating products, and I will list down below the products that I use personally and that have worked great for me. But for primer, because primer is always a must, at least for me, I've been using the Tatcha Silk Canvas, and this stuff is amazing. It is on the high range expensive side, but it is worth it. It's so good. It makes like this almost filter flawless feel to it. It's so silky and it really does cover up my pores, so I love it. Highly recommend it. So what I do is I kind of just take my pinky. I know it comes with a little device, but personally I just use my pinky, and I just scrape a little bit, a lot, no judging, and I just take it, and my hands are clean. So what I do is that I just take some of that primer and start with my chin, on the sides of my cheek, and just start massaging it all over my face, just to make sure to get every single part of, or every single angle of my face, because I do have large pores, so I do like to make sure that all my pores are completely covered. and this, oh, what was that? And that silk canvas, this Tatcha primer is going to do for my face is locked and set just like that. So now moving on to the foundation. So this is what the packaging looks like. I'm in the tone Y335. I had one of the girls in Sephora help me get shade match. We did compare it to my NARS, and in NARS I am in the shade Valeris. And we put them side by side, and they were actually almost exact, except the NARS was a little bit more deeper than this one, but I think it worked really well. So yeah, let's try it. So this is from Drunk Elephant. It's a luxury facial oil, which I normally use at night, but with a foundation like this that is very matte, I want to see how well these work together, and you know, just adding that little extra moisture to this foundation, that never hurts. So here I'm gonna apply the Real Techniques makeup sponge, and the sponge is amazing. You know, it's more affordable than the actual beauty blender, and just applying a few drops because this foundation is buildable and you can always apply more but not less. And right here, applying the foundation, I do see that the formula is rather thick, not liquidy at all. So I do believe that I am gonna have to work rather quickly because it might dry up pretty fast. So I wasn't entirely happy the way the foundation was applying with the makeup sponge, so I decided to pick up this foundation brush from Tarte and apply a little more product, since this is a very buildable foundation, and I started buffing it in, and I can tell you that I was really loving it this time, and I would suggest applying it with the brush instead. I really like the coverage. It's still looking like skin. It's almost like glowing, like my skin is glowing, so I'm really loving it. I think the product is looking very beautiful on my skin. So for concealer, I'm going to be using the Becca Aqua Luminous Perfecting Concealer, and we'll see how these two match up together. I am going to use Beauty Blender for this concealer just because that's how I always blend it in. I'm just going to spray it with my Smashbox primer powder. Looking at myself in the prompter, I love the way it looks. You can even see like there's a sheen on your face, and it looks like skin. Like, it really looks like skin. So obviously you can tell you're wearing makeup, but it looks so glowy and so beautiful. So the shade on point, and shh, Bella, quiet. So my first child decided it was time for her to go on a barking rant. So anyways, moving on, for baking I'm going to be using the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder, and this powder has become one of my favorites. I know everybody goes crazy for the Laura Mercier, but I really like this powder better because it's very ultra lightweight, it's translucent without over powdering my foundation, and it gives me a very airbrush finish effect that I really love. So it's great, and it really goes with all skin types, so I highly recommend it for baking and setting your foundation. It really will give you the most beautiful smooth look. So now let's begin to bake. So for baking, I normally only apply this setting powder along the sides of my nose and under my eyes, because that's really the only area that I really want to bake, just so, you know, the little lines under my eyes can get filled in and sort of blurred out, which this powder does a good job at doing. And now for the rest of my face, I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish Powder. And I like to use this powder in the areas where I won't be baking, just because those areas are not as oily. So I just take the same foundation brush I used earlier and I just start lightly buffing it in the sides of my cheek, my chin, my neck, and just, I love it because it won't get cakey and it also adds to that flawless look. And I promise it's going to lock in your makeup and it's going to stay on all day for sure. So for the last powder that I like to use is this one from NYX, Stay Matte But Not Flat, in shade Medium Beige. And the reason I like it is because I only apply this on my nose and Cupid's bow, just because those are the areas where I tend to get more oily throughout the day. And now that we have set and locked in this foundation, we are going to take that brush and lightly just sweep away the baking powder. And I know what you're probably thinking, that's a lot of powder on your face, but believe me, after you sprint that setting spray, everything will just come together. I promise. So far right now, just looking in the mirror, I really am loving the way this foundation looks and just the way I now typically do my foundation routine, and it looks really nice. I do look matte now that I put in all the powders and just everything I did. So now I'm just going to do my eyebrows, do my eye makeup off camera, and I will be right back. Hey guys, I'm back. So I finished my makeup off camera, and now for the final thing is we're going to use our setting spray. So I always use two. One is not a setting spray. This is the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist because I still want to look luminous. And my last, which I've been using, is a matte finish spray. So I'm first going to go in with the matte finish spray. Last with the Tatcha Luminous. So guys, I love the look. Unfortunately, I forgot to turn off my AC and you really can't hear me, but what I'm gonna do is wear this look throughout the day, and then I will be back in about 8 to 9 hours. So I'll see you guys soon. Hey guys, so I'm back. So it is 10:53 p.m. so I've been wearing the foundation for about 9 hours now, and all I can tell you guys is that I really love it. My pores look great. This foundation did not clog them. My face still looks very silky. That's kind of my interpretation of it. But the foundation worked perfectly well. I highly recommend it. It doesn't cake. It doesn't clog your pores. It really stays on. It does not move. And so the only thing I will mention that I did do throughout the day and that I always do is that I did spray some MAC Fix Plus just to freshen up my makeup. And yeah, that's really usually what I do. And that's all I can say for now. So yeah, I hope you guys like this review. I know I'm still kind of getting comfortable with this, but thanks you guys. If you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. And really quick, if you did notice my eyelash popping up in the corner of my eye, I did wear makeup for 9 hours and my eyes were super watery. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time on my next video. Thanks so much for watching again, guys.